What do I love about Canadian football? You know, I started going games at a real young age. My parents immigrated here and from South America in Trinidad, and they would take us to Grey Cup parties just as new Canadians trying to find their way around. I don't know how my parents learned to ski, but they did a lot of stuff for people that grew up, you know, basically in the Caribbean. And so I was exposed early to the joy of the sport, the sense of community. And, you know, it's funny, I remember, I don't know if kids still do this, but at halftime we'd go out, and the Grey Cups were in November, we would play snow football, and then our parents would bring us back in for the second half. And so at a young age, I started, you know, seeing the sport. Now, my parents wouldn't let me play. I played soccer for 11 years. And then, you know, of course, we played road hockey, and my parents signed me up for hockey. And I think within a year, my parents figured out that 6:30 a.m. practices were not going to work, and that's how I got, you know, they allowed me to play. In terms of the Canadian Football League, I've been going to games. You know, I'd go to Exhibition Stadium. I would come here to games, just being local with my neighborhood kids. We'd all find a way to go, and so. I always loved the sport, and you know, I think my whole life I've had the opportunity to travel our country and go to the different provinces and different cities, not just coaching, you know, at university level, and through the CFL, I've been able to do it, and it's a great experience. Well, I think when I started out, I didn't envision that I would end up sitting here. I started out coaching high school football for Assumption High School in Burlington. And I didn't have the money to go to school, so I played junior football. I worked on the line at Ford Motor Company, and I loved the game. And so my high school coach, you know, was a mentor of mine, and well, I spent a lot of time in his office. So, you know, he brought me in, and I fell in love with coaching. And I played, you know, for a bunch of different things: minor league football, high school football, junior football, senior men's football, with a bunch of great guys. And I love the community part of it. I love the bonding of teammates. I love the competitiveness. There's a set amount of people that get the glory, the bigger paychecks, the bigger jobs, and you know, they're more frontline roles. And I think since I grinded my way through getting here, I think it allows me to look at the different roles, whether it's in video or an intern, you know, assistant, a young person in ticketing, and I have a feeling that they're going to do better at their job and feel better about it if they feel an attachment to it. And I see it as my role to, you know, provide that. Well, as a proud Canadian, the Canadian talent is critical, and it's an area that we're going to improve upon in a couple weeks. I'll just tell you what I tell the players. The Canadians are the glue on any team because they're there longer, they play longer, and hopefully they stay with the same organization longer because they set up shop in the community. I would love to get more guys locally on our football team. I'm working towards that. But the Canadians are the glue.